चांद छुपा बादल में
Alright,
शर्मा के
alright,
what?
we're live. We're
Oh,
live.
we're live. Whoa. Hello, and welcome to another Geek Dhaba review. Today we are going to be taking on Moonfall, a movie about the moon falling. They just put it in the title right there, so you know what's happening. The moon is falling. It's a movie from this year, 2022, but it's also made by the guy who made 2012. Was that 10 years ago? So every 10 years we're going to expect some kind of apocalypse movie out of this guy. It's an apocalypse movie. The moon is falling. Let's get into it. Real quick, JD, your initial thoughts.
It was a decent movie until the end. I mean, I was enjoying the movie till the end because at the end I was like, damn, what a way to ruin the movie.
I know, right? That's a disappointing ending. Yumna, you?
Is this the ending for you guys? Okay, listen.
No, the ending for
I-
sure. Like for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
it's like like parts of the movie. We'll get into that.
I mean, I just think anyone who actually like watched this when it came out in the theaters probably had a lot more fun because the effects were like pretty good, except for the water CGI. That was a bit off, but
Okay.
the space effects were pretty good. Like I think it was a high budget film, right?
Very high.
And I guess the story begins with some random thing happening to an astronaut and his two partners. One of his partners dies, and the astronaut is disgraced, apparently. He gets fired, and where does NASA hide the evidence? In some random old basement under something? Like, are you serious? Like, just watching, like, are you kidding me right now? I mean, I know this movie, like, so I feel like, okay, the moon is falling. Fine. We got our plot. How do they deal with it? Fine. You have some good effects backing you up. And it's Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, and the guy from Game of Thrones. I'm so sorry, I don't know his actual name.
John Bradley?
But yeah. So okay, you have a decent cast. You've got a conspiracy theorist, you've got a disgraced astronaut, and you've got another astronaut. And they all go through something dramatic. I mean, the astronauts do at least.
I have a casting issue here. Well, not a casting, more of a role issue. Michael Pena is in this, and he's a funny guy. Why have they sidelined him? Send him to space. You know,
It's because I feel like throughout this movie, they were really confused with what direction to go with. Did they want to go with comedy, dark comedy, or like dramedy, like, tragedy? It's so you weren't like, I mean, you weren't getting the full comedic effect. You weren't getting the full dramatic sad effect either. Like the kid's father dies and the kid's apparently okay. Like there was no reaction. I didn't get anything out of it. Many things are happening all at once. And the effects are really good. Like I was really like, I mean, I like all of the action sequences. I mean, I feel like the car chases and the rednecks, like who are like trying to hijack the kids when they're trying to leave in a, what was it, a Humvee? I'm not sure. Is it a Humvee?
some sort of vehicle. Yeah, the Humvee.
And like, okay, the whole sequence is not required, at least for me, but okay, I enjoyed the whole effects of like them getting blown apart or like colliding with something. Fine. So my issue is like it gets more and more ridiculous as you go plot wise. And okay, if the plot's ridiculous, fine. But the writing is so bad. You have really good actors like in this movie, and it's not them. It's not a them issue. It's more of a directing / writing issue. Like I felt like even they were confused about how to act out scenes over here. I felt like I don't know. I didn't really. I felt a more smoother flow with other movies at least. 2012 was decent, was good. Independence Day was also good. But with this one, I feel like you've got a really ridiculous plot, and your backing is just also really odd. And can I just say that? Okay, so there's a whole civilization inside the moon, right? And their AI goes rogue. Okay, like it starts gaining its own intelligence or its own awareness, and I
Such
don't
a
get it. Like,
cliche.
how can you not just counteract it? You're so advanced. You're aeons advanced. You know, you could have figured something out to fix your mess, but you just need humans to do it. And like the AI tells them this in the form of his son, right?
Mm.
Like the whole thing was just so like it was a bit cringy because it wasn't acted out well, you know. And Patrick Wilson is a good actor. Like I've seen his other stuff. I mean, come on, we've all seen him in the Conjuring movies and even Aquaman, right? We know he can act. He's good, especially with the whole terrified scenes like from the Conjuring. He has like he would have been. He's perfect for this role if I'm being honest with you. But I feel like he wasn't brought up to his full potential in this movie.
No ghost in space, yo. You can't do anything up there.
There's so many ridiculous things going on in this movie, but the effects were lovely. Honestly, the effects were the only good thing about it. The whole space ride, the whole moon, like when they're traveling to the moon, and I did enjoy those sequences. If I'm being very honest with you, I guess like I'm a sucker for really good visuals, and they gave us really good visuals, right? But that's the only thing I enjoyed. The ending was just. I don't really have words for.
They ruined the ending. Like the end, they had real potential about the ending. I'll let Jay speak on that. But then before we get into that, I feel like the plot points they had were kind of all over the place. Like you have Patrick Wilson, his storyline going that way, and then you have the children, which just adds runtime. Like we don't need that. I mean, okay, it's an accent, you know, for the movie, but then do we really need that much? I mean, this movie was what, 2 hours plus? It was like
30-ish minutes.
Like, bro, come on. Cut it down by 15, 20 minutes, easy, and we have a good weekend watch. I feel like people in the cinema probably would have been bored by those extra plot lines and, you know, other stuff. Like, it feels like this movie was a little too long. Visually, great, yeah, I understand that. But then maybe too long a movie to watch in cinema. And this coming out around the same time Batman did totally affected this movie.
Yeah.
JD, what about that ending?
The ending was, I don't know if the synonym for crap, because the ending was crap, to be honest. I'm not going to say the S word because I don't know if it's allowed. But yeah, other than that, it was okay. I have like maybe 3 issues from the movie. I mean, okay, we get it. Michael Pena was not used perfectly. I get it, but hey, it's okay. I mean, you don't have to be the leading actor, or you don't have to have a good role or something. I like how John Bradley was, used. Finally, someone used him in a perfect way. But the other thing I didn't like was, look, you have the moon coming towards the Earth, and you get a scientist who predicts it, as in John Bradley, and that's okay. But the only thing I don't get it is, why is it always US? I mean, don't other countries exist? Or, I mean, they're in the dark ages of what, or stone ages? I don't understand. There is only okay. There is a shuttle who went up and it crashed. Let's make another one and let's throw it in the air and let's save the world, dude. At least okay. You want the movie to be all patriotic. I get patriotism is everywhere, right? But you can at least show that other countries tried and they failed or something like that. Maybe have a meeting. Okay, we'll fund you. Let NASA do it. They used Neil Armstrong's story before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know it was fake, but okay. But they used it. Plus the ending. But I get it.
It was great until the ending. Like, it was, the story-wise, it was good until the ending, and then they bring in the AI. It's a very cliche.
I don't mind the extra minutes which they use for the other, for the kids and this and that. That makes sense. You have to use it in the movie.
All right.
but still, the ending would have made sense. Maybe okay, if there was no AI or something happened, or they made the climate change something, or maybe they stopped using freon gas, for example, and something like that. I don't know. And then the moon shifted away. That made sense. But AI, I mean, if we had such modern yani, ancestors, we would have had at least notes on how to get to the moon. Plot holes, right?
Lots of plot holes, even minor ones, like stuff where when Patrick Wilson is with John Bradley at the hotel. How do the NASA people know where he is? The world's falling apart, and they know exactly where to send the helicopter to pick him up. Okay, Ajo, we're going to the moon. And he says stuff like, "I'm busy." Like, busy doing what? Stuff's breaking around outside. Okay, the moon is falling down, and he's like, "I'm busy."
Look, it was a combination of from what I know, I've seen movies, yani, a lot, and I can just from the top of my mind, I can say it was a compilation of Don't Look Up.
Okay.
With 2012, the day the Earth stood still, Independence Day, Apocalypse Now, just put it in a shaker, put it in a blender, just make it. That's it.
It was paying homage to all of those movies, but your point, like Junaid, on how like the other countries were apparently non-existent, right? Or US is the one taking control. Just tell me one thing. The military and NASA were not working together. NASA is like, we're going to do this. And the military is like, we're going to nuke it. And what I've seen is like with all these TV shows and most of the movies, right? The solution for US to do anything is just nuke it, nuke it.
You can, to be very honest, you cannot nuke it because
it would just kill people.
There is no gravity out of the stratosphere, and your nukes will just go up and just fall down. So,
yeah, like nuking it is just the most irrational idea I've seen. I was just thinking, are they serious? Are you seriously telling me that these like people actually think nuking it is the right idea?
I mean, they did that for World War II. And when that didn't work, they did it again.
Well, the thing with Don't Look Up had a lot of undertones of like comedy / satire, right?
Yes.
I'm just thinking that if your plot is just so bad, why not just go towards the satire way? Like, it would have been so much fun if they go like, hey, let's just nuke it, and with the undertones of like comedy or satire, we probably would have enjoyed the movie a bit more, you know? If they had one direction to focus on, if they had one thing to focus on, they could have either gone the dark humor route, or they could have gone with the satire route, or they could have gone with just how tragic and how suspensey and how, like thrilling everything is. But they ended up giving us like a pile of like, what is that color? Like when you mix multiple shades of clay and you get this really weird sludgy color. I feel like they mixed multiple shades of genres and they just like gave us that like a movie in that color. So
let's move on to ratings.
Yeah.
JD?
Probably a 5 because I'm not gonna watch it again, and I'll give it a 5.
Yamna?
Yeah, I think 4.5 for me.
I have it as a 5 as well. And yeah, I think that's a very fair, like I can't go higher than that. But then to go lower than this is kind of bad as well, because visually this was great, and then the acting part was great. It's just like the story and then the delivery and then just that cliche AI twist, like just brings it down. 5, that's it. I'm a one-time watch, never again. The end.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. Bye.